What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Gigapower Graviter, their version of a masterpiece sludge. So this is the R version, which is the chromed version. You can see it's really shiny all over the place. All the paint is chromed. Even the silver paint is kind of a shiny paint. So it does look really nice. We are going to do a comparison with Vance Toys, not today, but in a separate video. I really just want to look at this. I've never looked at this on this channel. This just is getting reissued right now. So if you didn't put your pre-order in, you may have trouble finding it now, but there are pre-orders out for this guy that'll be out soon, I believe. So let's take a look at the detail on this guy. It's really impressive. He's got the metallic red paint here, black paint, silver paint here across the, you got the translucent piece here on the front. It's got the gold behind it there. The head is a silver paint with blue eyes and a blue silver head crest. All of this is painted down here. You do have, again, the gold behind the translucent gray plastic there. Chrome going down the legs for these little spikes here, and then you got the gold chrome for the toes. Coming to the back, you do have some detail, red, green, and blue in there, and then silver paint on the back. You've got all of that nice shiny chrome. The head is hidden away. We'll take a look at that more when we get to dyno mode. But really a nice looking piece overall. All right, now let's take a look at Graviter's accessories. So first you get an alternate head and face. So this one's more like a yelling face. It's got the red eyes, more like a toy look. You can go ahead and take this one off. You can just bend it forward and pop it off the ball joint. So you can see there's a slot there. And this is what the other one looks like. Blue eyes, pretty good looking face. And you can pop this one on, and there you go. You got the evil sludge. You also get the sword here. Black hilt, translucent. It does turn on. You get some light there. That looks nice. And he can hold this, of course. So there you go. He's holding a sword. You also get this gun. Kind of its own look. It's not really G1 looking, but pretty big and bulky. It does turn on as well. You can light that up. And there you go. You have him holding both the gun and the sword, both lit up. And those look nice. You also get these pieces here. Now they can be used as guns in his hand because it's got this fold down piece here, but what it's really meant for is to plug in the dyno mode. So there's two spots. You can put them up here on his arms, and you can see there's a little peg there. It fits right in. Or you can put it down here on his leg. Either one. I think it makes more sense on his arm, but you have those options with the weapons. All right, let's go over Graviter's articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so you get up to there, down to there. Rotates around a little bit of side to side on that. The wings back here do go in and out on that joint. Basically one click, and then they're on a ratchet, which is interesting. Goes all the way back to there, and then out. Most people have them as wings, kind of like that. You can rotate these arms. You don't want to be careful with these arms. Make sure you have it folded outwards a little bit so you're not scratching up the paint there. Rotates all the way around, and a nice strong ratchet out to the side. A nice cover down piece there. I like when they do things like that to cover up the joint. Rotation at the bicep. A single joint elbow gets you 90 degrees. Rotation at the wrist. This wrist is a little bit loose, the way it's designed. It does hold the gun. I mean, you can get it to hold just fine, but it is a little bit loose in this direction. And the fingers are individually articulated. You get two pins for each finger, one here and one here. And you can get these fully articulated, and then the thumb can go in and out on this joint here. And it's got two pins as well. The waist can rotate here all the way around. You have hip skirts on all three sides. They move out of the way. The legs go up to there on a strong ratchet, but it's a very heavy leg, so it doesn't hold. Most sludges don't hold their legs, and this one doesn't either. You do just have some paint here that's on the hip skirts and the crotch, which looks good. It does go out to the side on a ratchet as well, but also, again, this one seems a little bit stronger, but it's a very heavy leg. Rotation at the thigh. Can't tell, is that ratcheted? I think it's just got some click points there. The knee bends 90 degrees, actually not even 90 degrees. It's a little bit hindered due to the sculpt, so you get a little bit less than 90 degrees. The toe can tilt that way, down, and up. So there you go for articulation. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to MP44. These guys are really big, all of the Gigasaurs, and it just stands out on the shelf based on the size. Alright, now let's get Graviter transformed into his Dyna mode. Relatively simple transformation, a couple of parts to watch out for, I'll talk about those. Let's start with the arms, those are the easiest. Go ahead and lift this up. We're going to pull down on this, so that's going to open up this little piece here. Fold the hand inwards, and that's going to fold in. Make sure you have the hand folded up like this, otherwise it won't go in smoothly. And then bring that back down and tab that back in. So that's going to make the bottom of this foot. Fold this straight, and then collapse the arm down, and that's one arm done. So same on this side, I'll go a little faster. Open this up, fold this in, fold the hand in, and then fold this piece down, straighten up the arm, and rotate that in. All right, now that we have that, we can fold these all the way forward and just leave them there for now. Go ahead and open up this front panel here, and that's where the head's going to go, of course. And you can close that up. Come to the back here. Now this is a part that I want you to be careful with, only because it's chrome, paint on chrome. So you want to lift up here and then have that little tab clear. Otherwise you might be scraping the head. You just want to be careful with that. All right, so go ahead and take this. That's going to fold all the way down. Obviously tab in to the top there. You're going to take this piece here. This is interesting. It opens up like this. You're going to slide this piece out. Oops. Slide this piece all the way out. You can see how it ended up. And then take these two, and there's a tab back in. Take the top of the head here. That's going to rotate around. And it's on a slider, so you're going to slide it down on that slider. And that gets it back into there. We're going to rotate the neck all the way around until the line meets up here. And this is pretty much ready for Dyna mode. All right, next we're going to come to the legs, which is probably the more complicated part of this guy. Hopefully I can try to show this all on camera. Come to the side here. Very typical of these Gigapower, they've got a leg lock. So unlock the leg lock right there, the little black tab. And we're going to come to the bottom here and open up this lock here. Open up this lock here. We can slide this inwards and leave that like that. Now we can open up this whole leg, and here's where things get interesting. So take the tail here and fold this piece down now. And this is going to fold all the way back. It's on a spring here, so pull it out on the spring and then fold it down into that cavity there. All right, now you're going to take this. That's going to fold. You can see there's 1, 2, 3 tabs. Those are the 3 tabs you should be careful with. And the way this transforms, I don't love how that works. You have to kind of lift it and slide it over and then tab it in. It doesn't feel great, so I would just be careful with those pieces. I haven't had any issues so far, but just a forewarning to be careful. You're going to rotate the thigh right here all the way around. And then we're going to rotate the waist all the way around as well. And that's going to allow us to get this collapsed properly. So get this rotated inwards. This piece is going to come out. There is a spring-loaded joint here, so you have to get that to clear right there. So leave that open for now. You're going to fold this inwards and make sure you clear everything here so it gets in like that. Now come back here and you're going to tab this together like so. Take the tail, that's going to tab into the back here. Take this tab, it's chrome on chrome, so again be careful, but that's going to lock into there. Come to the inside here, you can use a spudger to make things easier for you. Grab the little end of the tail piece, fold that out, and leave that like that. And then this side piece here, you can see there's a little tab, and that's going to go into the slot on the side of his abdomen. So get that tabbed in. All right, last here, go ahead and open up this panel here. We're going to slide out the leg. You can kind of grab right here, or the foot rather. Close that panel back up. Stay together, guy. Now you can rotate this downwards. Come to the bottom here, fold these toes outwards. And come to the top here. And we're going to leave this off just for now. We're eventually going to plug this in here, but leave that unconnected right now. Right? And we do have the legs rotated the wrong way. We are going to rotate them back around eventually. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention one thing. So before you put the tail in, close this up and then reattach that tab to lock the tail. Now put this down and close that in. All right, so that's one side done. You do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go a little quicker here. Rotate this around, fold that in, open up the tab on here, and use a spudger if you need to. Come to the bottom, open up this tab, slide this inwards. That'll allow you to fold out this entire piece here. And I can work on this leg. Open up the tail, and that's going to use this extra joint here to get it past and in there. Leave this black tab open. We have to work on this right here, so go ahead and move this outwards. And again, be careful with the 3 tabs there on the inside. But basically, you want to get that tabbed in to the outside so it's flush there. Our next, we're going to rotate the leg at the thigh. And then we're going to collapse down here. And remember to get this piece outwards. That's going to clear all of this up here. And just leave that there for now. We'll take care of that in just a minute. Come to the back here, flip out the little tail piece from the rear. Rotate that around. And now we can work on getting all of this put together. So again, remember you're going to put this together. Make sure the tabs go in. And then tab it in right here with the black tab. Take the tail piece, tab that in, and then tab in the chrome piece there. Now we can take all of this, and that is going to tab in together. So just give it a squeeze. And make sure before you squeeze it, everything's tabbed in, right? So we can start from the top and work our way down and tab the tail in. So it should look like that when you're done. Go ahead and open up this leg, which we haven't done yet. Fold that down, close that up, take out your toes. And you don't necessarily need a spudger. I'm just using it to make this go a little faster. Right? Bring the legs down. On the top here, we're going to fold the legs down like this. Make sure you get these 2 tabs in on the side all the way. It should be pressed in. Now you can close up this. And it should fit right around the legs. If it doesn't, you have to just adjust the leg a little bit to get it around. And same for this side, it should fit around. And tab this all together. And it is going to tab in down here as well, so you kind of have to get it squeezed into the side and squeezed in at the top. Right. Now come to the bottom here. We're going to take these two panels, make sure they're slid all the way out. And there is an over-under, so you have to have them in the right order. But basically, these are going to come down and tab in right here and here. So get those tabbed in and make sure they're slid all the way to the outside. And then this one second because it's got the over tabs. So put that down. And one final step, go ahead and take these arms, rotate them all the way around so you have the two paws in the front. Same on this side. Rotate this around. It can be tight, so just be careful. You don't want to scratch the red paint here. And there is Graviter in his dyno mode. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. So it's a very big Dinobot. Beautifully done. There's a lot of chrome, so all of this chrome comes out and shines. You can see the gold chrome here, the silver chrome back here, all that paint detail, color detail underneath, translucent plastic. It just all comes together here in the dyno mode. You do have these translucent pieces on the side of the legs with the gold behind it. That looks really nice. Same for the neck. You have that gold with translucent underneath or on top. Lots of little painted details here on the sides. Really, really well done. You do have pretty good articulation here in the dyno mode. Let's take a look at that. So the neck has two joints, one here that goes up and down, one here that goes up and down. You have a rotation here, you have a rotation here, so you can rotate both things, which is interesting. I don't know if that was necessary, but they gave it to you. The head itself is on this joint here, so it slides all the way up and out. I mean, that is for transformation, but you can get that out all the way down to there. The mouth does open. There are little guns inside, which you would expect for a masterpiece. And of course, you could probably put a flame effect or something like that in there. And that looks really good. The mouth doesn't open that far, but it does look good. And the head itself actually looks really nice. You got those translucent red eyes on this one. Continuing down to these legs, they go out to the side. These are the arm joints, so you get the same rotation and the same outward movement. Just be careful moving it out and rotating it because you don't want to scratch this red paint underneath. You have a rotation here at the knee. You have toe tilt, forward and backward, and then these individual toes can move on their own, and they're all chrome. The back legs rotate here. You can bend here at the knee, and you can bend here at the foot. One click, and then each toe is also individually articulated. Some pretty good articulation there. Going to the back, the tail has one point articulation there, as well as a teeny tiny amount of articulation. Actually, I don't even know if it has any, just here. So there you go for articulation. He also can use the accessories from the robot mode. So if you take these, and you can see the little tab there, those can fit into the side here. And that looks really cool. It's a nice effect there. Now, if you like the toy look, it does come with a bunch of parts to give it the toy look. So here's this translucent pieces. You can mount that one on top of the head. If you come back here to the tail, pieces for that. So first we'll use the larger pieces for the top of the tail, and these just fit in right here. And it's pretty easy to tell, you know, which way they go. They'll only go one way. Then you do the mid tail, and again, it's pretty easy to tell. They just slide right on. And then the back of the tail. This one's interesting because it actually elongates the tail, makes it longer. But that looks really cool. So if you like the toy look, you can replicate it here with these plastic parts. So final thoughts on Gigapower Graviter. Let's start with the positives. I think the presence is really amazing. It shines, the paint looks really good, the overall size, sculpt, everything looks really great. It comes with a lot of good accessories, so having extra things and just overall it feels like a good value. You're getting your money's worth in terms of both the robot mode, the dyno mode, and all the accessories you get. It really fills out the $250. On the negative side, I don't love the hands. I think the hands, because it has this play in it, it's hard to pose the gun. And also, this gun is kind of heavy. and that's part of the issue. The sword doesn't really have as much of an issue posing. You can see the gun fell out, but it still has a similar kind of thing. So I think they should have either made the gun lighter or had those hands lock into place so they didn't have that play. I also think the transformation, as I noted when I was transforming it, there's a couple spots you got to really be careful so you don't break those tabs. And, you know, I don't know if it'll last over time, but definitely it's a spot to look out for and be careful. Other than that, I definitely recommend it. It's a great version of Sludge. You can't go wrong with any of these Gigapower Dinobots, but this one in particular, I really recommend it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.